Hi, I'm Gregg from RVHaulers. You're looking at the RV hauler named Bernie. This 2004 Volvo model 670 has been singled short and is presently connected to a 40-foot toy hauler. We're going to take Bernie for a test drive. We've finished doing some mechanical repairs to him and his hitch, and it's time for us to take him down the road and see how he performs. We're going to be checking out all of our systems, looking for any kinds of errors, making sure he's shifting well, all my gauges are where they should be, brake controller working. We've tested lights and things like that already. Let me turn the camera around, head down the road, and join me on this test drive of this RV hauler. I usually start out my test drives on a backcountry road where I can do some playing. I don't have to worry about bothering other traffic. You may have seen that the shifter looked a little bit different. This is the ZF Meritor Transmission. In trucks older than 2007, we didn't have the I-shift transmission. We had either ZF Meritor or an Eaton Fuller. This is the ZF Meritor. One of the things you'll see are those RPMs climb quite a bit higher than we're used to seeing in an I-shift. These transmissions weren't quite as smart, and they tend to go through the gears a little bit more than an I-shift, and we certainly see the RPMs up a little bit higher. But hey, there's no clutch on the floor. These guys just go through the gears quite nicely. Coming to a stop at the stop sign, I'll show you our brake controller. This is one of the older Max brakes, and you can see there's a little graph down there. The harder I brake, you see that white line goes from left to right. I'll press on the brakes once again. There you can see our brakes working. Come to a stop. So this ZF Meritor will usually start out in third gear. It's safe to pull out here. I'll let you hear how this guy shifts. So there's fourth. I'll put my foot into it a little bit harder and skip the gear to sixth, eighth, there went from 8 to 10. The RPMs climbed up towards 2,000 RPMs. There's 45 miles an hour. I'm not pushing really hard right now. That's 55. And there is 60 miles an hour at 1,300 RPMs. Top left gauge is a pyrometer. It's showing us how hot the exhaust gas temperatures are right now. It's showing about 600 degrees Fahrenheit, which is certainly well inside the normal range. Next one down is our turbo boost, and we see that he's working a little bit hard. We see that if I'm climbing a hill right now. Now hang on, we're going to get to the crest of a hill, and we back off on the turbo, so it's not having to create as much boost for the speed. You see it's quite a bit lower. And if we look down the next one, that is our oil pressure. It loves to live right there around 60. That is our engine First I'm going to do a test of the engine brake. The engine braking is controlled by this switch here. It's a 3-position. It's either off, low, or high. And what will happen is as soon as I lift my foot off of the throttle, I'll get us up a little bit faster. But as soon as I lift my foot off the throttle, you're going to hear the engine brake helping us to slow down without applying any mechanical brakes on the wheels. So here we go. We'll get her up to faster highway speed on this gravel road. Lift my foot. And it's slowing down all with engine brake. Oh, washboard. Not touching the brakes at all. All the way down to 6th gear. Wow, that sure slows you down quick. Let's see the difference with it on low. I'm going to get back up to 50 miles an hour. So I'll lift my foot off the throttle again. So a bit slower deceleration this time. One thing to remember is I'm not putting my foot on the brake, so people behind you don't see brake lights right now. They have no idea you're slowing down. I checked my mirrors before I did this, and of course I'm on a gravel road with no traffic. There we go, down to 6th gear, 20 miles an hour. Now we're just coasting. It's working well. Let me show you how we slow down with no engine brakes now. So let's get back up to 50. Foot to the floor for the heck of it. There's 50 miles an hour, and I'll just lift my foot off the throttle, no engine brake. That's slowing down by coasting. Still haven't made it down to 6th gear. There's 8th. Shows you the difference what those engine brakes do. 7th. There we go. Finally slowed down the same amount. We're going to test out some slow speed driving now, make sure that our manual mode in the transmission works well. So with the ZF Meritor, you'll see it's showing up and down, which means that we can choose a gear higher or we can choose a gear lower. That's the indication that it's auto shifting. To put it into manual mode, we press this button on the left-hand side once, and when we come back to the dash, you'll see that the little arrows have disappeared to the left of the number 3. To change gears manually, what we do is we grab a hold of the cobra head and pull it back once. That will change the gear into number 2. If I pull that cobra head back once more, we're in 1st gear. So this truck is just going to stay in 1st gear no matter what I do. So there's 1st gear. It's a nice slow gear for crawling around. And if you want to change gears with this ZF Meritor in manual mode, you just push it forward once and it shifts into 2nd. I'll push the cobra head again. There's 3, 4. Nice thing is it won't let you do anything to hurt the transmission. So you can't go wrong in manual mode. But of course, you're seeing we're going through every single gear. You can't really skip shift with the manual mode. And if I push that left button once again, it'll put it into drive, or automatic, sorry. So we're now in auto shift. I don't have to push the Cobra head forward anymore. It'll switch gears automatically. Likewise, in downshifting, I'll press the brake, we'll decelerate, and you'll see we'll go down through the gears all on its own. It even will come down to a stop. It'll go down through neutral and back to third gear. There's a stop, neutral, and 3. So here we are at 70 miles an hour and just shy of 1500 RPMs. While I'm back in my driveway, I wanted to make a note about the engine braking demonstration that I was giving you there on the gravel road. If you're using your engine brakes solely, I want to point out that there are no brake lights being activated on the trailer, or on the truck for that matter. So vehicles that are behind you have no idea that you're decelerating. Engine brakes should be used in one of two ways, in my opinion. Only my opinion. With our lighter loads that we've got with our trailers, I think that engine brakes should be used in conjunction with your foot brake so that you have some brake lights behind you if you're using it to decelerate. The other scenario where engine brakes are appropriate, of course, is going down a steep grade where you want to use those engine brakes to maintain your speed. You don't want to have a runaway scenario, letting a trailer get away on you or having you accelerate down a hill. So either maintain your speed coming down a hill, or want to use the brakes in conjunction with the foot brake. Just my opinion. Thanks for putting up with my little soapbox moment there. Just going to put this trailer in my campsite here on my acreage. But this test, it's been flawless. Very happy with it. One thing I am going to check though is I would have liked to have seen a little bit more brake application. I'm going to make sure that my max brake here was well. There's a kind of a synchronization process I can go through with this brake controller. I'm going to make sure that my brake controller was properly adjusted. But other than that, I think this RVHauler named Bernie is behaving as he should. It's a nice comfortable drive, lots of power pulling that 40-footer. He worked really well in the mountains. We had some big crosswinds as well. I certainly did feel this truck has been singled short, so those axles are tucked up a little bit closer behind the sleeper, and they're a little bit more prone to crosswinds. And we've got, I'll turn the camera around, take a look at my trees blowing there. You can see we've got some pretty good stiff crosswinds that I was driving through, but he worked very well. So thanks for watching my video. You can do me a really big favor. If you like the videos that we create, let me know. Give me a thumbs up here on YouTube. Certainly if you'd like to see more of what we create, subscribe to our channel. And as well, I certainly encourage you to use the comments field down below here in YouTube if you have any questions about things that you see in my videos, or ideas or thoughts or things that we could be doing. I'd really welcome your comments. Here's my website on the screen. Please, you're welcome to drop us an email or give us a call at any time. Thanks for watching.